Good evening, the evening news. I am Babatunde Fanawoko. The chairman of the Presidential Committee on Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms, Taiwo Oyedele, has said that the current tax laws in Nigeria are unconducive for growth. Oyedele said this at the inaugural Economic Roundtable 2025 Macroeconomic Outlook event of rating firm held in Lagos. After months, the House of Representatives has passed the 4 tax reform bills for a second reading and referred them to the Finance Committee of the House for further legislative work, including a public hearing. Speaking at the event where he was a keynote speaker, Oyedele said that the committee has found that Nigeria's tax system is unconducive for growth. According to him, the committee taxes anything and everything that moves. On the foreign exchange, he maintained that the fiscal authorities were in good stead to handle the situation. Meanwhile, a renowned economist, Dr. Doyin Salami, called for efficient and effective spending by the government, lamenting the instability of the economy. Governor Adeleke has assured all stakeholders in the forthcoming local government elections slated for February 22nd of non-interference from the state government. The governor, who hailed the peaceful campaigns by various political parties ahead of the elections, urged candidates across party lines to sell their agenda to the voting public instead of resorting to violence. He noted that his government is committed to a free and fair elections, while commending the preparatory activities of the electoral umpire. He assured that the Commission will conduct credible elections. In a statement by his spokesperson, Malam Olawale Rashid, the governor extols the level of literacy of Osun people, which is all-time high, and by implication, the state is not a place where residents can be lied to. According to the governor, the people can read and digest court rulings and cannot be hoodwinked by political subjects. By noting that Nigeria is a nation governed by law, the judiciary being the harbinger of hope for the common man, the people must avoid misrepresentation and misinformation about court processes. The statement further reminds the people of their sacred duty to avoid fake news, which is an offense punishable under the law, while warning elements within the opposition with the intent to foment a crisis in Osun State to desist because of its grave consequences. The governor states that as the Chief Security Officer of Osun State, he has directed security agencies to deal decisively with any promoter of violence within the context of rule of law, as he will not allow the state to be plunged into a baseless conflict. While noting that democracy is about ballot papers and not guns and cutlass, the governor re-emphasized the capacity of his government to defend the country's democratic heritage, while urging the people to go to the poll on the 22nd February peacefully to make their preference known. Alhaja Mewolaka Fashakin, an online critic of Governor Adeleke, has expressed satisfaction with the level of development Osun has attained in just 2 years and few months that the governor has been in the saddle, warning the opposition to be reasonable with their campaigns against Governor Adeleke.
Listen to me when I was criticizing Governor Adeleke when he was campaigning for governorship. Thank God he became the governor, because Osun State has never had it better. From the health sector to the education to the agriculture to every sector in this state, we have never had it better. It's indeed a mole time, and I pray, I hope it will continue for a very long time.
Alhaja Mewolaka said her wish to fact-check What Governor Adeleke has achieved in all areas was ignited by the level of denigration of the person of the governor, his administration, by the main opposition in the state. She speaks further.
Wasn't a personal thing. It was because of the impression that I had about him. I think it was because I believe he's a socialite. He wouldn't want to attend to the plight of the citizen. But to my amazement, after a few years or few months in office, I started seeing the good things he had been doing for the people of Osun State, and which had never happened before. Even in the so-called parties that I used to believe in the so-called elites, the serious one that I believe will be the one that will have saved Osun State. So seeing his good works, seeing the new constructions, what he had been doing in X sectors, what he did concerning the NLC, the Labour Council, and the way he had been taking care of the masses in Osun State. That was what made me change my mind. I rather say I was pushed by the opposition party to do such. What? Because I was bullied for writing a simple post that says, this man seems to be performing beyond my expectation. And I was bullied for that. I was called a liar, which made me decided to find out the truth. And on getting to Osun State, I realized you people have something called fact check. So I just joined it. I keyed into the system, and it's been wonderful.
The next in the series of the weekly Yoruba simulcast program, which promotes the activities of Governor Adeleke's administration on OSBC channels, takes the air tomorrow at 6:30 in the evening. The guest is the Permanent Secretary, Local Government Pensions Board, Alhaji Ibrahim Akibu. However, discussion on this week's episode will focus on how local government retirees are faring under Governor Adeleke's administration. Listeners and viewers will have the opportunity to contribute dialing the studio line when the program is on live. The role of transformative guidance and counseling practices in mitigating crimes and maladaptive behaviors among the youth cannot be overemphasized. A professor
heterodox
in counseling and provost, College of Education, Osun State University, Ikwetu Ijesha, Florence Yusuf, made this known while delivering the 24th inaugural lecture of the university entitled Challenging Dominant Narratives, Heterodox and Transforming Counseling Practices for Social Justice and Change. The inaugural lecture, held at the Olagusoye Ilola Auditorium main campus of Uni Osun Osogbo, brought together dignitaries from far and near and provided a unique platform for Professor Yusuf to share her research outputs, insight, and knowledge with fellow scholars, students, policymakers, administrators, and the general public, thus contributing to the intellectual and scholarly life of the institution. She described counseling as learning that helps individuals to learn, relearn, and understand themselves and their environment, maintaining that the role of transformative guidance and counseling practices in mitigating crimes and maladaptive behaviors among youths cannot be overemphasized. Hence the need for the government to shift attention from crime and punishment syndrome to crime and violence preventive measures. In his remarks, Chancellor of Osun State University, Professor Clement Adeboye, expressed appreciation to the government, the governing board of the school, and traditional rulers, fellow scholars, as well as everyone who honored the institution with their presence. A 2-kilometer health and wellness workout put together by a non-governmental organization, the Sam Oyus Foundation, hosts tomorrow at the headquarters of Ife East Area Council, Modakeke, Osun State. According to the foundation chairman, Honorable Samuel Oyedotun, who currently serves as the chairman of the Osun State Water Corporation, The Walk to Live with Sam Oyus the Champion is aimed at promoting health, fitness and community wellness. Honorable Yedotun explained that the Sam Oyus the Champion Walk to Live exercise will start by 7 in the morning at Obande Modakeke and end at the Ogunsuas Palace Modakeke, where the participant will be provided refreshments and entertainment. The 2-in-1 program will be preceded by health screenings to be conducted by qualified and experienced medical personnel who will also educate the people on how to achieve and maintain healthy living. While saying that the Walk to Live with Sam Oyus the Champion is open to all community members, Honorable Yedotun added that special recognition will be given to outstanding participants, including the oldest and youngest walkers. The 26th edition of Oboke Day celebration and the launch of 500 million naira fund for community development will hold tomorrow morning. Venue of the program is St. Peter's Primary School, Obaoke. A statement by Obaoke Development Union under the leadership of its president, Pastor Remy Abidogun, indicates that special guest of honor are the Osun State Governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke, and the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Alhaji Adegboyega Oyetola. Other guests expected are Alhaji Bola Oyebamiji, Senator Ajibola Bashiru, and Honorable Oluwole Oke, as well as Honorable Teslim Igbalai. Other dignitaries were Honorable Wale Egbedun, Senator Labubi Ajagunla, Honorable Maruf Adewale Gangare, and many more. Royal guests expected are the Atauja of Osogbo Land, Aragwiji of Iragwiji, among others. Service of songs and night of tribute in honor of late Mrs. Deborah Akere Nifashoro holds this evening at RCM Primary School playing field, Iloro, Igbajo. A release by one of the children of the deceased. On behalf of the family, Honorable Sunday Akere says funeral service comes up tomorrow morning at Emmanuel Baptist Church, Okeoja, Igbajo, while reception follows at the Community High School playing field, Igbajo. Mama Deborah Akere Nifashoro passed on at age of 91 and survived by children and great-grandchildren. The final home journey of late Princess Ruth Bojubola Oyetola begins today with a line-in state at her residence number 30F, Isoko Road, Oyetola Compound, Agurodo. In a release issued by the family, Prince Ruth Bojubola aka Iya Ideure bids the world goodbye at age of 101. Christian wake holds this evening at Baptist Day School Field, Agurodo, while the burial Thanksgiving service takes place tomorrow morning at the First Baptist Church, Agurodo. And interment follows immediately at the deceased residence. Entertainment of guests holds at First Baptist Church, Primary School playing ground, Agurodo, Ejigbo Local Government. Late Prince Ruth Bojubola Oyetola died on the 17th August last year and was survived by children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. And on to sport, 7-time champions Flying Eagles will battle with Egypt, South Africa, and Morocco in Group B of the 2025 Under-20 AFCON, scheduled for Côte d'Ivoire between April 26 and May 18. The draw for the tournament was made at the CAF headquarters in Cairo, Egypt, and it's the second consecutive time Nigeria will be in the same group as Egypt in the competition. And on the foreign scene, the remains of 14 South African peacekeepers who tragically lost their lives in the Democratic Republic of Congo were repatriated to South Africa. The soldiers were honored with a ceremony at the Air Force Base in Pretoria. While addressing the ceremony, President Cyril Ramaphosa paid tribute to the soldiers' bravery and sacrifice. And with that, we've come to the end of the evening news on OSBC TV. Join us at 7 for the major report. Good evening.